Thank you so much for watching my videos. Hey, please like, thumbs up this video, and also subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you could be alerted to my new videos. All right, we're getting ready to get into this. Peace. All right. Got a little intro going on. I hope this mic is where I need it to be. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture just to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? First of all, today's the day. Today's my birthday. So in the comments, say happy birthday to moi. This probably will drop the day after my birthday, but still, birthday wishes are accepted. All right, listen. Here we are, a new week, a new pop culture chat. Here we are talking about the new lawsuit with Lizzo. Uh, if you all haven't heard, because this wasn't as big news as the first lawsuit that came about, but got to make sure my phones and things are cut off. However, this is a lawsuit filed by her wardrobe or fashion designer. So we're going to get into that lawsuit like we got into the lawsuit, because remember, the lawsuit with the first three girls is still on the books. Now we have this one that is on the books. So we're going to see what it says, I'm going to share my screen. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. As you see down at the bottom, you will see the different my pages on different platforms. As I am working to be as consistent as possible on this channel, I'm also working to be consistent on the other channels. I will tell you that my Twitch channel I'm not as consistent on, but I have one. And when I start doing live streams, I am going to live stream on all of my channels simultaneously. Child ain't as computer savvy as I need to be, but I'm getting there. And if you hear any dicks or dings or anything like that, that may be me hitting my table. I haven't insulated it enough that you won't hear all those dits and tings, but it'll come, it'll come. All right, let me share my screen. I'm talking too much. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. So up at the top, I guess this is the attorneys for Aisha Daniels. I'm not sure if they're the same attorneys for the other three girls. We'll see, but I don't think they are. I got that information on my iPad, so there's no need for me to guess. Let's take the time really quickly and find that information. I wanted to share my screen on my iPad, but I'm not as savvy. It keeps messing up on my computer. Let's go back. Yes, they are. They're the same. They are the same attorney. So she must be one of the. You remember how they said that there was about 6 more complainants coming down the pipe? So she's number 4. They're the same employee. So they're. Ooh. It doesn't look like these cases are going to be joined together. It looks like possibly that they're going to be. Now, also, you're going to see color. You're going to see highlights and stuff like that, because I've already gone through this document and I didn't back up and save another document just so we'll have the clear one. So you will see my little notes and everything like that. I hope it's appreciated. All right, so we see the plaintiff is Aisha Daniels, and she is suing Big Girl Big Touring Inc., Melissa Jefferson, and Amanda Nomura. But also in this document, it doesn't say here on this side, but she's also suing Carolina Gugliotti. She's also suing Carlita Gugliani. So let's get back to the first page. And so here are the damages that she's suing for: a hostile work environment, sexual harassment, That keeps coming up. And I'm wondering, I look through here. That Amsterdam trip was very, very telling for this group of women. Failure to prevent and or remedy hostile work environment and sexual harassment. There is some racial harassment, disability discrimination, failure to accommodate and violation of the Federal Employment and I think it's Federal Employers and Housing Act or Hire Act. Failure to engage in the interactive process in violation of the FEHA, retaliation in violation of the FEHA, and retaliation in violation of labor code, and assault. So, if we look at the commonalities of these two lawsuits, we'll leave this open. We look at the commonalities of these lawsuits. Hold on. Oh, this is Aisha. I don't want Aisha. I want Lizzo's lawsuit. Here we go. We look at the commonality. We got the hostile work environment and the sexual harassment, the failure to remedy that. We've got some racial harassment and disability. So I guess these lawsuits may not be joined together simply because there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of similarities in them, but there's also a lot of differences. But we will see what the judge will do because it's going to be the same lawyers defending the same case. So we will see. But let's go ahead and get into this lawsuit. If you like what you're hearing, please thumbs up this video. I would appreciate it. Let's get into the... I'm going too fast. It's a demand for a jury trial. Okay, here we are. Let's get back up here. All right. Factual allegations. Let me see something. All right. All right. All right, so that's the introduction, just saying who is suing who. Jurisdiction and venue. They want to get this done in Los Angeles. So let's get into the factual allegations of this case. Let me see. You all can see this. Let me see if I can make this full page for you all. All right. In or about September 22nd, 2022, plaintiff designed custom pieces for the dancers on Lizzo's tour. In or about January of 2023, defendant Nomura contacted the plaintiff and requested that plaintiff join Lizzo's tour. So this is this year. Nomura was Lizzo's wardrobe manager and was plaintiff's primary point of contact, representing Lizzo's management team. Since plaintiff designed custom pieces for the tour, Nomura reasoned that plaintiff would be the best individual to assure the dancers' clothing is altered and repaired correctly during the tour. Plaintiff rearranged her schedule, canceling her fashion show and missing out on other work opportunities to accept and join Lizzo's tour as a favor to Nomura. So it seems like they had a relationship, or it was a big up, like Nomura really liked her designs and really, kind of encouraged, sold her on the benefits of joining the tour. So it says here the plaintiff was looking forward to working with Lizzo and her team, and because of the values Lizzo portrayed in public, i.e. healthy, diverse environment with virtues of respect and empowerment of women. She says, unfortunately, the opposite turned out to be true. The plaintiff believes the following experiences of degrading, forced physical labor, denial of medical care, sexual harassment, and racial harassment were allowed to take place by Lizzo's management without consequence because she is a Black woman. I will tell you this. This is the one thing that I'm noticing about these two lawsuits with Lizzo. Her big girl entertainment team sounds like it was garbage. And what I mean by that is these are things that are supposed to be taken care of by your team. You should have a compliance officer. You should have all of these different things in here. And it just seems like, for the lack of better understanding, it seems like they were merging personal, professional things going on. Lizzo was merging profession. She was being very personal and not being professional, and merging the two, because that Amsterdam trip is something that I think should not have been a workplace thing. But this is the entertainment business. I don't know if they consider that to be non-work related or not, but let's continue to go through this lawsuit. All right. It says plaintiff expressed concern to Nomura. Now on the side, I said management was aware of the poor conditions. Okay. It says plaintiff expressed concern to Nomura about the utter lack of privacy and necessary accommodations and tools Black female performers would need on tour. However, Nomura merely laughed at the dancers' poor accommodation and advised plaintiff not to alert anyone else about the issue or try to fix the issue. Plaintiff will later learn details that led her to believe that this was a setup to humiliate, degrade, alienate, and in some cases, fire the Black female performer. Often the background dancers would directly inform plaintiff when they would rip their fishnet net stockings or other dancing gear while dancing. The first time this happened, plaintiff provided the dancers with additional pair of stockings since there was a fully stocked inventory of fishnet not stockings. However, plaintiff was scolded by Lizzo's management for giving the dancers additional stockings and instructed her not to do so again. Plaintiff was also specifically instructed not to give certain dancers panties, mirrors, or items they would need and ask for, despite those items being stocked. Additionally, throughout the entirety of her employment, plaintiff was forced to hear racist and fat-phobic comments by Nomura. Now, you know, in the last lawsuit, the dancer stated that one of the dance captain would subject it to almost religious indoctrination, religious harassment, and that was from Shirlene Quigley. And they had to sit through that. Now we're looking at that they're having to sit through uh, Nomura doing racist and fat phobic comments. Okay. Plaintiff witness Nomura mocked both Lizzo and Lizzo's background dancers on multiple occasions. Nomura would imitate the dancers and Lizzo by doing an offensive, stereotypical impression of a Black woman. Nomura would also refer to Black women on the tour as dumb, useless, and fat. It sounds like there was a lot, there's two lawsuits coming out and saying that there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that was not right. Here we go. Plaintiff, a Black woman, was offended by Nomura's disgusting comments. Plaintiff told Nomura directly her comments and imitations were offensive, especially in a work setting. Nomura ignored plaintiff's concerns, much like plaintiff's prior concerns of the lack of privacy and accommodation for the dancers. In or around mid-February of 2023, plaintiff and Nomura were transporting a heavy rack of clothing. When Nomura rolled the rack over plaintiff's foot, huh? Where did it go? I'm missing a whole situation. Oh wait, hold on, y'all. Let me make this smaller. Yeah, because I'm missing some information. Huh, what happened there? All right. All right. I think this is was. I'm sorry, y'all. It just clicked. On or about February 14th, the plaintiff began working on Lizzo's tour. I think I missed this page. Plaintiff reported to Moore, who was plaintiff's supervisor for the entirety of her employment with Lizzo's tour. The disappointing reality of working, I missed this whole page, so we're just going to read this. The disappointing reality of working on Lizzo's tour sunk in at the get go. Plaintiff often worked 7 days a week from approximately 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. and was frequently denied breaks by Nomura. Plaintiff's movement and communication with others was constantly monitored by and policed by Nomura. Even during the rare designated days off, plaintiff was pressured to always work while she was on the tour. Plaintiff informed and believes this directive came from Lizzo's management. Adding to the uncomfortable environment of Lizzo's tour, plaintiff was specifically instructed never to interact with Lizzo herself because Lizzo would be jealous. Plaintiff was instructed to tone it down if she was to ever interact with Lizzo, specifically referencing not to dress attractively in front of Lizzo. What kind of bull crap is this? Nomura shared that one time Lizzo was bothered. Nomura was seen by Lizzo's boyfriend and became very upset and jealous towards Nomura. Nomura explained that Lizzo would get upset the same way plaintiff the same way with plaintiff if plaintiff interacted with Lizzo and or Lizzo's boyfriend. So Lizzo had problems and issues with people interacting with her and her boyfriend. She had problems and issue with people looking appropriately groomed or appropriately dressed uh, in front of her and her boyfriend. Now, I do remember that the boyfriend's ex-girlfriend had made some allegations and things about Lizzo, and I didn't get into that because simply that was just like hearsay, and I didn't want to get into that type of messy stuff. But this seems messy. Almost immediately, plaintiff was reduced to the culture of racism and bullying on Lizzo's tour. Plaintiff witnessed approximately 10 background dancers, including Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez, being forced to change in and out of their clothing in small, tight changing areas during all the shows with little to no privacy whatever. Members of Lizzo's stage crew, primarily white males, would lewdly gawk, sneer, and giggle while watching the dancers rush through their outfit changes. So that tells me that they didn't have appropriate screens around these dancers as they were changing in and out of their outfits. And these girls are wearing leotards. So that means that they have to come to almost a complete state of undress to get into their next outfit. And so you don't have adequate changing. BR, Big Girl Entertainment, what is it? Big BGRRL, big touring, big girl, big touring. You might have to. It sounds like you have done some very shoddy work in terms of very cheap work in terms of making sure that the employees on this tour were giving adequate accommodations to do their job, and having appropriate changing screens is adequate to be able to do their job. There's no reason as to why there's not adequate changing areas, because when you go on tour and you go backstage, there is a section near the stage where the dancers have to go. They'll go in and they'll change their things and come back out. It's set up and there's a changing screen, so they can go in and change their clothes regardless of the levels of undress. They are protected from others seeing it, because when you go into stadiums and things like that, the backstage is not necessarily completely covered. And also backstage, not only is there the crew working to make sure that the show that they put on looks good, there are random people walking backstage, whether they are guests of the stars or whatever. There's always other people back behind the stage, and there should be some ways where there should definitely be places where they can be able to change and not have to worry about people looking at them and gawking at them while there changes in levels of undress. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, that's the entertainment business. People want to see you naked, but you have to consent to that. Yes, people are going to see you naked, but you have to consent to that. When dancers and things like that, there are consent forms and things and stuff like that that have to be signed. A dancer is there to dance. A dancer is not there to do a striptease show for the workers and things that are there. Privacy is an issue, particularly that because with shows, you have to have levels of undress. So that's a problem. That's a problem. Let's keep going. I don't know why. Right here. This is okay. This is page one. Let's go to the next page. All right. We're going to have to do it like this. Next page. Excuse me, y'all. I'm having to go through these pages next page by next page because it keeps going ahead of me. All right, we talked about the racist comments. So it says here, before agreeing to the tour, plaintiff was explicitly, no, let's go there. Okay, so you remember before when I talked about her rolling this rack of clothing over her foot? We skipped about 3, 4 pages before we got to this. It says the plaintiff informed Nomura that she needed to sit down as her foot was in serious pain. Shockingly, Nomura proceeded to shove plaintiff into the rack of clothing while asserting plaintiff should not make excuses about her foot and must help her transport the clothing. Due to being shoved, plaintiff lost her balance and rolled her ankle. The following day, she came to work in Crocs shoes, which minimize the pain. When Nomura noticed the plaintiff's orthopedic shoes, she demanded that the plaintiff change into tennis shoes. Plaintiff explained her ankle was swollen and injured after the rack incident, and it would be painful to walk in the tennis shoes. However, the Nomura forced plaintiff to wear the painful tennis shoes. Did she not go to the doctor? She's supposed to have gone to the doctor. There was supposed to be at least some medical person, either that she could have in contact with, that she should have been able to go to the doctor about her foot. Before agreeing to the tour, the plaintiff was explicitly promised that she would not have to perform physical demanding duties. This made the demand to change shoes unreasonable and caused unnecessary compound to the injury to plaintiff. Not only was plaintiff denied medical treatment, but was also forced to be on her feet a majority of the day and denied any rest, even after rolling her ankle. Despite Lizzo's team knowing of the injury, plaintiff was forced to sleep in a top bunk without a ladder, even after requesting an accommodation be made. This caused her to re-injure her ankle constantly. In addition, while being forced to help with loading heavy cases, plaintiff broke 2 acrylic nails past the nail bed, resulting in open bleeding wounds and was expected to continue with physical labor without medical treatment. Hmm. Whew. Sorry, y'all. Let me just go on and continue because I don't understand. Thank you. I apologize. So basically, because because basically what the lawsuit says after that is because she couldn't perform her job and because she had made complaints about Nomura and told the Guglielmi lady about what Nomura was doing, nobody did anything. So it says here that the conduct of the defendants created a hostile work environment for plaintiffs, making the conditions of their employment intolerable in direct contravention of various statutes and state laws, decisions, including but not limited to California Government Code, whatever, whatever. Plaintiff was subjected to hostile work environments due to including defendants' repeated exposure of plaintiffs to nudity in the employment group messages. Now, I also want to get back to the Amsterdam thing. I'm gonna come back full screen. I wanted to get back to the Amsterdam portion of this. In the lawsuit that I was just reading, I'm having problem with the pages; they're jumping too quickly. In the lawsuit, the plaintiff said that Amsterdam night, she was able to get out of it. She didn't go, but she did state that there was implied pressure that the dancers and everybody was supposed to go. And if you did not go, you felt, I'm not going to say the word wrath, but it wasn't, you weren't looked upon favorably if you did not go to this Amsterdam thing where they were doing all kinds of different things. It says here that towards, I think, the end of May, she was dismissed from she was fired. She was fired because after she complained about the issues that were going on, she said that they were just like, well, you're not working out anymore. We're just going to fire you. We're just going to get rid of you. So this is the second lawsuit that has come up for Lizzo. I'm assuming that there'll be more lawsuits coming down the pipe because remember, there were 3. Now there's 4, and they said that they had 6 more. So that means that there are 5 more lawsuits that are coming down the pipe or expected to come down the pipe. So I understand that Lizzo has hired a very high-powered lawyer who works on cases like this. I don't know if she is going to be working on getting these cases dismissed or whatever she's going to be working on or settling. Not sure. Because if they find if they find one piece of this to be truthful, she's in a problem. Now I do see that at one point Lizzo had cut out doing social media and now she's back doing social media, so she's feeling a little bit more confident. She's not as boisterous as she used to be, but she's still on social media and she's still doing some things and stuff like that on social media. So we will see. We will see. Like I said, I wanted to just kind of briefly go over this lawsuit. When other lawsuits come down the pipe, I think what I'm going to do is get the commonalities to see what's common about them in each one of those lawsuits, and we'll kind of do a deep dive on that. But for now, that is it. What are you all thinking about this Lizzo lawsuit, the second one? Do you think that there is some validity of what's going on? Because what I am seeing with these two uh, lawsuits is that they're pretty much similar in hostile work environment, sexual harassment, and being fired without cause. I don't know if California, I know where I live at, you can fire somebody without cause. I don't know if California has that level, but just the fact that on one lawsuit there's religious harassment, on the other one there's racial harassment. Lizzo's had a lot of stuff going on in this tour, it seems like. Allegedly, it seems that uh the touring company was not as professional as it could have been. I don't know if this was a touring company from scratch that she created, or did she, because I think like Live Nation and all those places like that are touring companies. I don't know. She just didn't. It doesn't seem like she has had uh, uh, a very professional team, and that's sad. That's sad to me. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm still on my quest for 8,000 subscribers. So please tell a friend, tell a can, tell a heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.